And thanks for joining us at RC Truth Media. We're going to be talking about what's going on Zero Hedge today. I love reading from Zero Hedge because they tell us a bit about everything, alright? A little bit about all the good stuff, including the economy, which I'll talk about next. Now, interesting news just came out. It says Department of Justice won't release top secret Loretta Lynch intercepts, suggesting secret deal to rig the Clinton probe. Oh, you don't say, huh? Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, those 5,000 or 50,000 text messages that were sent during the election process, that was totally biased against the Trump team. We could tell they hated Trump, and so did most of these people. Comey, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, Christopher Steele, all the people involved with the Russia dossier were haters of President Trump. Okay, now what have we learned? New news coming out. The Department of Justice is refusing to release intercepted material alleging that former Attorney General Loretta Lynch conspired with the Clinton campaign in a deal to rig the Clinton email investigation, reports Paul Sperry of Real Clear Investigations. The information remains so secret that Justice Department Inspector General Michael Horitz had to censor it from his recently released 500-plus page report on the FBI's investigation of Clinton, and even withhold it from Congress. Not even members of Congress with top secret security clearance have been allowed to see the unverified accounts intercepted from presumed Russian sources, in which the head of the Democratic National Committee, Deborah Wasserman Schultz, allegedly implicates the Clinton campaign and the Lynch in the scheme. Okay. We knew they were highly involved in crime, criminal activity. Now look what Mrs. Loretta Lynch, look who she's paid by. Mr. George Soros. You don't say, oh, Wasserman Schultz, an operative working for billionaire Democratic fundraiser George Soros. You don't say. What is known based on the press leaks and a letter Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley sent Lynch is that in March of 2016, the FBI received a batch of hacked documents from the U.S. intelligence agencies that had access to stolen emails stored on Russian networks. Okay. One of the intercepted documents revealed an alleged email from the DNC chairwoman Wasserman Schultz to an operative working for billionaire Democratic fundraiser George Soros. It claimed Lynch had assured the Clinton campaign that investigators and prosecutors would go easy on the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee regarding her use of a private email server. While serving as Secretary of State, Lynch allegedly made the promise directly to Clinton political director Amanda Rentiera, says Real Clear Investigations. The information was classified at such a high level by the intelligence community that it limited even the members of Congress who can see it, as well as the staffs. Horowitz explained last week during congressional testimony in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee, which has oversight authority over the Justice and the FBI. Congressional sources told Real Clear investigators the material is classified, which stands for top secret, sensitive, compartmented information. Now, Horowitz said that he has asked Deputy AG Rod Rosenstein and FBI Director Christopher Wray to work with the CIA and Office of Director of National Intelligence to figure out if the intercepted material can be rewritten to allow Congress to see it. Once appropriately redacted to protect sources and methods, said Horowitz, he hopes that members of Congress can then go to see the document at the basement of the Capitol building called the Tank, where they will view the materials. We'll check out what happens in this next step. There's a couple other things I wanted to show you from Zero Hedge because they have some very interesting news that's coming out. Okay, anybody who wants to check out news, just go to Zero Hedge. They've got a lot of good stuff. Now, Facebook wants to spy on you via hidden inaudible TV ad messages. We've known that for a while, right? Now, what about the markets? What's going on with the markets? Another interesting article here. Let's go over and talk about that. Will Jerome Powell choose option number 1 or option number 2 for the stock markets? Okay, it's not looking good. There's two options. Basically what's going on is liquidity has lowered, and to borrow credit or to buy credit, which is debt, we're a debt-based economy. It costs more money now to buy the debt. So we already $21 trillion in debt, and now that it's more money to buy United States dollars because the interest rates are going up, this is just going to be worse. So basically, crash now or crash later. That's what they're going to say in this article here. I'll go ahead and leave a link below so you can read this article for yourself. But right here it says the Fed is pulling liquidity out of the market at its fastest pace in decades, possibly ever. Okay, what started as a $10 billion per month quantitative tightening program has hit $30 billion and will soon be $50 billion per month. That comes to $600 billion a year, meaning the Fed is withdrawing Sweden's GDP and liquidity every 12 months. To make this worse, the Fed is also spiking interest rates, which strengthens the US dollar, making debt more expensive. And there is over $6 trillion in United States dollars denominated debt in the EM space. This is why this area started blowing up March and April, when the Fed's quantitative tightening rose to $30 billion per month. Okay? At least we don't not forget the United States dollar is the reserve currency of the world, accounting for 86% of currency trading. So if the United States dollar is strengthening and the Fed is pulling liquidity, you're talking about 86% of all currency transactions becoming more expensive and tighter. Okay, so this is affecting everything, every economy around the world, because we are still the world reserve currency. I believe this will make the transition into the new system that much quicker. Okay, and I think this is what Trump wants to do. Don't forget, he has a picture of Andrew Jackson hanging up in his office, in the Oval Office. What did Andrew Jackson do? He wanted to quit the Fed. He wanted to take out the Federal Reserve System. And I do believe that's what our buddy Trump wants to do as well. What's going on? There was some interesting news on cryptocurrency in here. Let's see if I can find it. Facebook to allow ads for cryptocurrency. Maintains ban on the ICOs though. Yeah, they don't like these ICOs too much because it's taking over what IPOs are doing in the traditional markets. Okay? Says Facebook to allow ads for cryptocurrencies but maintains the ban on ICOs. 5 months after banning a number of ads on its social network, Facebook has updated its prohibited products and services policy, allowing cryptocurrencies to once again be advertised, but not ICOs or binary options yet. Anyway, I bet they'll be doing that pretty soon though. In January, they announced a new policy to prohibit ads that promote financial products and services that are frequently associated with misleading or deceptive promotional practices such as binary options, initial coin offerings, and cryptos. At the time, we also made clear that this policy is intentionally broad while we work to better detect deceptive and misleading advertising practices. We will revisit this policy and how we enforce it as our signals improve. In the last few months, we've looked at the best way to refine this policy to allow some ads while also working to ensure that they're safe. To start June 26th, which is today, we'll be updating our policy to allow ads that promote cryptocurrency and related content from pre-approved advertisers. But we'll continue to prohibit ads that promote binary options and ICOs. Advertisers wanting to run ads for cryptocurrency products and services must submit an application to help us assess their eligibility. As we could see, cryptocurrencies are becoming more mainstream as time goes on. They did take a hit during the last couple of days. I believe this is because they're getting all of the bad money out of the system and getting all of the good money in. It's going to take a little while before the cryptos go back up, but we will eventually see the cryptos go back up, especially as the dollar dies. Cryptos will be booming. Thanks a lot for coming to the channel today. Please like and subscribe. I will have more truth videos coming out real soon. You have a great day.